seventh word, the seventh sentence of Jesus. The words of reunion. Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. In Genesis, when God created us, he breathed in us the breath of life. That was his spirit. It is a spirit that made that lifeless clay that he formed receive life. That is why if somebody departs, the spirit leaves, the rest of it is just a clay that will go back into the earth. When Jesus realized he was dying, he knew that his spirit came from the Lord, and so must it go back to the Lord. Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. I don't know the dying situation you are in or you are going through. I don't know what is so pressing in your life. Things may be tough for you on all sides. You may not know where to turn or whom to turn to. It may be a dying situation, perhaps financially, perhaps even in your marital home, perhaps your children. I don't know. Your family may have left you. Friends may have left you, like Peter denied Jesus. Your flesh may be battered with sickness. Maybe you feel that you are in a dying situation. But so long as your breath remains, beloved, commit your spirit into the hands of the Lord. And just hold on and believe that he who saves the spirit and soul is also able to save your body. He who saves the spirit and soul is also able to save you from that dying situation. Because Jesus committed his spirit to the Lord, his body did not see corruption. This fulfilled the prophecy of David in Psalm 16, verse 10, which Paul made reference to in Acts 13, verse 35. The word says that you will not suffer the Holy One to see corruption. For you and I, when we die, our bodies do see corruption. Our bodies do decay. Corruption here means decaying. Our bodies do decay through death. Just as Adam's body was dead and lifeless until the breath of life, the Spirit of God, came into Adam. So at the end, like Jesus realized that the flesh that he came to occupy as the Son of God, and because of that we knew him as the Son of Man. When he realized that he was living that flesh, beloved, our Lord Jesus committed his spirit into the hands of the Lord. Have you committed your spirit into the hands of God? I ask us today, have we handed over our spirit into the hands of God? Or did Christ die in vain? Did he suffer in vain? Like Mrs. B. Curtis said, are we still crucifying him every day? He was arrested and put in chains like a thief. He was persecuted and prosecuted like a criminal. In place of him, they chose Barnabas. Jesus was slapped. He was spat upon. And upon the sua no munchi wo mose. Omanu moto huo. Oma afere tente suo egu minu mienu. Yerade Yesu Kristo enim. Omen Jan sample no da prepa sante suo no adofo, because he was in chains on his feet and also his hands. He was whipped and beaten, like the media is showing us on the screen. He was beaten, whipped so severely that his flesh tore from his body. Look at that on the screen. Look at what they use to destroy the body of our Lord. Even the table could not take that stripe. But they turned it over to him. Look at how our Lord is shaking. They destroyed the body. So on the cross, he knew that that body was gone, but the spirit was going to the Father. And so he committed it into his hands. Whenever you say, by his stripes I am healed, that is the stripes for which you became healed. He was disfigured on every side. He no longer looked like that man they knew. And look at how he took away the flesh from the body with the stripes that he was given. The beating was so horrific that his face was torn and his beard ripped from his face. He had no beauty left of him. The 2 to 3 inches crown of thorns cut through the brains of the Lord through the scalp, blood oozing, with no hands to clean it. He was made to carry the cross which you and I should have carried. They locked both of his feet together on the cross with 7 to 9 inches iron cast nail. They locked each of his hands to the cross with the same square iron cast nail. They pierced his side with a spear. They gave him bitter wine instead of water. They stripped him of his clothing, including his underwear, for everything private to be public. He was absolutely naked. That is our Lord. My question tonight for us: did he die in vain? Did he suffer in vain? Have we committed our spirit into the hands of the Lord like our Lord Jesus did? He, even being Christ, committed his spirit into the hands of the Lord. What about you? When our work is done, will our spirit reunite with the Lord in heaven? Or will we find ourselves in a place of torment? Did he die in vain?
Did he die in vain? That thing that we're watching is even terrible to watch. How many of you can enjoy your food watching that? I feel like when this stripe was used to hit him and they pull it, that is the part nobody want to watch. Mamin kan twi na yate ase ye. Sa you can say. Your friend is saying, and pray. Okay. Now you did try and infinimu say no. Now we did try say I say a glass and some metals, right? Yeah, tia I say. Tia the bow say ya. Na ochia na etu nam no. Dear, ucha more crash. How you feel? Whether you are Jesus or Jesus's parent or a friend of Jesus or a disciple, if you don't feel it, either you are part of those doing it to him or you are not a human. So this is how the Lord suffered for you and I. And how can we allow him to suffer like that and still live in the same thing he came to take us away from?